Welcome, Eternity Changers. As you might guess, running the ChurchTechCast.com network costs some money. How much? About $2,060 a month. That's why sometimes I'm less than my best, which I personally hate being less than my best when I'm trying to help people change lives and eternities. But I really have to do some freelance work on the side to make up part of that money, to make really a dent in part of that money. So that's why I want to introduce you today to Patreon. Patreon is something that I've heard a lot about all throughout the blogosphere, all throughout all the new media that I subscribe to, and there's a very good reason for that. Patreon is a system that allows artists and content producers to have the ability to support their work. Now, in the past, say around the Renaissance, an artist would find one really, really rich patron, and that patron would fund their artistic endeavors. Well, this is the 21st century, and in the 21st century, everything is democratized. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, regular people can do the same things that only the elite could do in the past. In the past, only the elite could have television stations where they shared whatever they thought was appropriate to share. Now, anyone can. In the past, only the elite could have newspapers where they could print whatever they wanted to print. Now, we call those blogs, and they're online and anyone can have them. Well, enter Patreon, and now you don't have to be rich to be a patron. You can help out the people that you care about, the people that are creating the content that really helps you, people like myself, for very little money. Have an extra $1 a month? That would help. Have an extra $50 a month? That would help. An extra $100? That would really, really help. Whatever you can do, that would help me and other artists like myself do what we feel that we were made to do. Now, when I say that, you might be thinking, well, Paul, I really support what you're doing, but I don't want to necessarily support anyone else. That's okay. You have complete control with Patreon. With Patreon, you can support just one person, or you can support many people. And what's great about it is, if there's a limit to the amount of money you want to spend in a month, no problem. They could set up a limit, so no matter how often the artist creates stuff, you won't go over your limit. It won't negatively affect you. But if you're a generous person, or you've always wanted to be, Patreon is a great way to help people. To help people in a way that maybe it feels a little like Kickstarter, but it's more ongoing than Kickstarter. This isn't to start something, this is to keep it going. And that's really why I'm doing it. I want to keep the ChurchTechCast.com network going and growing. Someday I want to have a huge network filled with talented technicians and artists who can help churches all over the world spread the message of Christ. But I can't do that alone. I wish I could. I've tried to do it alone, but I just can't, because it takes money. And even though I don't want it to, it does. And it's a lot less money than it used to be years and years ago. So I really would invite you to join me in what I'm doing by going to patreon.com/Paul Allen Cliff. That's patreon.com/PaulAllenClif. That would really help out. And if this isn't for you, by the way, I don't want you to contribute. This is only for people that feel like, hey, I've always wanted to help and didn't know how. Well, now you can know how. It's very simple, very easy, and it'll really help expand what I'm trying to do here at ChurchTechCast.com.